Good afternoon on what is a mild grey and cloudy day. It is Monday the 26th of June. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And parcel to unbox. So let's get to it. Grab the knife. Okay, and then I'm going to put inside. Just a copy of that. There's that. That. I'm still holding it upside down either way. The Curator by Owen King. With a blurb on the back and basically lots of, from the Sunday Times best-selling author, Owen King comes a Dickensian fantasy of illusion and charm where cats are revered as religious figures, thieves are noble, scholars are revolutionaries, and conjurers the most wonderful criminals. So that sounds like an interesting setup for a novel. I mean, essentially, a lot of the kind of the traditional roles inverted, if you will. Obviously, thieves as nobles, scholars as revolutionaries. Literally, sort of like tips the perception of those roles upside down. So, at first glance, the world has not changed. The grand hotels, the trams on the boulevards, the cafes are buzz with conversation. The street kids play on the two great bridges that divide the city, and the smart set still venture down to the morgue ship for an evening's entertainment. It only takes a spark to ignite a revolution. For young Dora, a maid at the university, the moment brings liberation. She finds herself walking out with one of the student radicals, Robert, free to investigate what her brother Ambrose may have seen at the Institute for Psychical Research before he died. But it is another establishment that Dora is given to look after, the Museum of the Worker. This strange, forgotten edifice is occupied by waxwork tableau of miners, nurses, shopkeepers, and other disturbingly lifelike figures. As the revolution and counter-revolution outside unleashes forces of love, betrayal, magic, and terrifying darkness, Dora's search for the truth behind a mystery that she has long concealed will unravel a monstrous conspiracy and bring her to the very edge of worlds. In The Curator, Owen King has created an extraordinary time and place, historical, fantastical, yet compellingly real, and the heroine is courageous, curious, and utterly memorable. Okay, author's blurb on the back. Put it inside. The great thing about anything kind of set in the... Dickensian is a fantastic kind of setting and basically almost like signalling for a setting in itself, grubby, quirky, lack of justice, ultimately until the end. Great characters, memorable lines, and really looking at the Victorian, middle and working classes, essentially from Dickens's point of view, as well as any number of reprobates and heroes. Some almost the same. So it's kind of an easy world to kind of evoke, and then to twist it like in The Curator, that does sound like an interesting kind of setup. So we do have a couple of quotes at the front, including one from Little Dorrit, which is actually the book I had to study at school at A level. We open up with part one, New People, and we've got cross section there of the city and perhaps society. Just check through. And then we have essentially events leading to the overthrow of the Crown's government, part one. So you have a certain sense of tone and style, even in the in the chapter headings. National Museum of Worker of the Worker. So someone who can take some words down. You know, whether or not that's actually someone, you know, who can record some words or actually take words down, as it were, take them down from where they are on display. That's an interesting question, which will no doubt become apparent. So let's say another illustration there, this time with a blurb underneath. That's a little difficult to read. Events leading to the overthrow of the Crown's government, Part 2. Just flipping through, see if there's anything interesting in here to look at, to show you. Part 2, City of Cats. Always something that you want. You know, they are forever there. Another illustration, again, another choice of, don't like the choice of font there. It is not easy to read. At first glance, it says at the bottom of the letter, beneath the currency minister's signature and the signatures of the witnesses, was a series of tiny red ink symbols. Some kind of code, some kind of notation. Find out when we get round to reading this. And do you know that I never stopped thinking of you? Just looking forward. Just random chapter headings at the moment, and so I'm going to flip forward, see if there's anything else worthy of showing you, just to catch your attention with this book. Here we have Transport to Another World, and it says blood is the toll and blood is the key. So doors are important to this story. Where will they take the lead character, and what mysteries will she find behind them? And then the charmer was sailing away with the doomed souls, and the capacity of his vessel was without limit. So that does sound ominous. And we have a morgue ship. Excuse me, hay fever. Can't be helped this time of year, as I keep saying. But, the collection of cards, and you actually have a collection of basically cards for various individuals. Sorry, just sort of a cat streak across the lawn. And then events leading to the overthrow of the provisional government, Part 1. So basically you're getting the tone of the book. And then events leading to the overthrow of the provisional government, Part 2. Events leading to the overthrow of the provisional government, Part 3. So yes, it seems it's more difficult to overthrow the provisional government than it is the actual the previous government, actual government. And we get down to the end, and I think this is going to be an interesting book to read. We have at the end, we can use this to chip pieces from the stones, Dora said. So, this then, we've got the acknowledgement at the end. So, that's The Curator by Owen King. It is a book I'm going to give to my partner for her birthday, because I know she wants to read this, and I should probably read this myself. So yeah, that's The Curator by Owen King. Hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a parcel containing a book or game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.